who's going to benefit from our recovery? Is it going to be those who are doing okay, or is it going to be those who are struggling the most? And I feel very passionate that it's got to be those who are struggling the most. And I think at the heart of this debate is actually how segregated of a city we are. You know, I mentioned this earlier to a friend, and he took offense, and I didn't mean it to be offensive, and I'm going to mention it now, and I don't mean it to be offensive. I think it's an important thing to think about, which is we have hundreds of childcare programs in the city of Cincinnati. They are small businesses. We are in the business of helping small businesses. Some of them are nonprofits, and we are in the business of helping nonprofits. They help people go to work. And we are in the business of helping people go to work. The challenge is that the child care providers that are in desperate need, they need immediate relief, are not folks we know. This is not where we send our kids if we have infant and toddlers, and they're business owners that we're not familiar with. And I juxtapose that to the fact that when the bars and restaurants came up and they said, hey, we want $4 million, on top of the $4 million we already gave, the answer was yes, sure. We know those folks. When the arts groups came in and said, hey, we need $7 million for performing arts and arts organizations, all those things, well, we know those folks. So we didn't ask for an accounting of the dollars. We didn't say, well, what's the $6 million or $7 million you're going to go for? It was like, hey, you have the money. Streeteries, we're familiar with the streeteries. I'm sure everyone's been to a streetery now. They're quite wonderful. I think we will give them a total of now $4 million in this proposal. $4 million. The child care piece is absolutely what this city should be investing in if it wants to invest in all of our small businesses, those nonprofits that are at the heart of the work that happens in neighborhoods, and whether or not low-income families are going to be able to go back to work. If we knew them, if they had the time, they don't, they're underwater, and so they're stuck in their classrooms trying to run programs. If they had the time to be here, we would know their faces, we would know their stories, we would be moved beyond anything I think that we have invested in to say this is something we have to do. You have, as a minority, black-owned business, a child care provider, you've invested 20, 25 years of your life in this business that is underwater, serving children who desperately need it, helping parents go back to work. And so I do think that's at the heart of this, and it gets at to what part of the economy, what are we trying to stimulate, for who? And, I am incredibly committed to making this happen. It is the only proposal, as Ms. Kearney pointed out, that lays out where every penny goes. Every penny. It's not $5 million. It's not an arbitrary number. It goes down to the exact penny, because they laid out what these programs need to get back on their feet. We didn't ask about sustainability with the arts groups. We didn't ask about sustainability with bars and restaurants. We're going to end up putting in more money for the Convention and Visitors Bureau than we are our child care programs. To me, that is a very important comment as to what our priorities are and who's going to benefit from this recovery. So I'm going to continue to fight for this.